गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः. So wherever there is karma, wherever there is ignorance, there is karma. Or we can go even further back. Wherever there is ignorance, there is desire. Wherever there is desire, there is karma. And wherever there is karma, you are switched off from the reality. For such people, karma is the reality. They cannot appreciate the subjective approach. And this was the topic last week till 68. Now in the 69th verse, and wherever there is karma, there has to be triputi. Triputi, the doer done doing, the hearer heard hearing. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam, ya nisha sarva bhutanam, tasyam jagarti sanyami, tasyam jagarti sanyami, yasyam jagrati bhutani, yasyam jagrati bhutani, sa nisha pashyato munehe,
sa nisha pashyato munehe.
In the 69th verse he says, the man of self-control keeps awake in that which is night to all creatures, and that in which the creatures keep awake is the night to the discerning sage. देखै भूत जात निदेले तैथे चीजया पाहले आणि जीव जेथ चेले तेथ निद्रितु जो तोची तो निरूपाधी अर्जुना तो स्थिर बुद्धी तोची जाणे निरवधी मुनीश्वर. He says, the self-knowledge in regards to which the ordinary persons are in the dark is like the dawn to a yogi. We'll explain. The yogi remains as if asleep, that is indifferent to that sense enjoyments in regards to which they are wide awake. Such a person, O Arjuna, is free from limiting conditions and steady in wisdom. Know him to be a great sage, free from all limitations. So, ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarati sanyami. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam. That the one, the yogi, the wise person whose senses are under his control. When his senses are under his control, your senses also means the mind. Also has to be taken into consideration. When his senses are under his control, such a person is called sanyami. Sanyami actually, it's a term given in yoga. Sanyama means where? No. When dharana, dhyan, samadhi all happen at the same time. Meaning, in one go you are able to get to that. So you are not disturbed by or distracted by anything. You are totally focused. Whatever you are doing, or whatever the mantra is, or the japa is, or wherever your focus is. And through that sanyama, all the discoveries, the scientific discoveries in our Vedas, etc., even those rishis, because they were having sanyama, they were sanyami, their mind is very focused and yet calm, yet not desiring, yet not indifferent to the world, yet available to the infinite. In that environment, of the mind, the scriptures were revealed to the sages. The Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and the various things. Even if you know, Maharishi Vedvyas was sitting and he wanted to, how do I help the coming generations? He sat in Sanyam. Narad Muni gave him the Chatushloki Bhagavad, but he sat in Sanyam. And that Chatushloki Bhagavad appeared as the complete Srimad Bhagavad. He sat in Sanyam, all the Puranas got revealed to him. He sat in Sanyam, the entire Mahabharata, the way he was dictating to Ganeshji, that got revealed. You become available for something greater. And it's not that you want to do something great. Automatically, in a Sanyami person, a yogic person, or a man of steady wisdom, in such a person, automatically great things happen. Yeah. Automatically great things happen. So, here he says that once because where is our leaking going on? Leaking is going on at the sensory level. So, ya nisha sarva bhutanam. So, what normal people think is night, that is emptiness of the mind, if you want to call it, for normal people. Who wants to empty mind, man? Maja, spice is this. We should have spices, we should have variety. So, they are focused on variety, and the wise person is focused on emptiness. In emptiness, he is focused on the self. So, what the ignorant people are ignorant of, to that the wise man is awake. And what the wise man is awake, to that the ignorant people are indifferent. And that is what this Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam, even as a, where are we? The yogi remains as if asleep, indifferent to the sense enjoyments. This happens even at Pratyahar stage. This even happens when you are about to sleep. You become indifferent to everything that is going on. And the yogi, एक दो टिश्यू दे दे. And the yogi, he is indifferent to the sense attractions or the sense organs and the sense stimuli, and he is awake to the self. The ignorant people, they are awake to the sense stimuli and indifferent to the self. Totally opposite. And that's what the verse is about. O Arjuna, such a person, O Arjuna, is free from limiting conditions and steady in wisdom. Such a person who is awake to his essential nature and indifferent to the sense stimuli and the sense organs, such a person alone can be steady in wisdom. Know him to be a great sage, free from all limitations. See? See, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. I told you, no, Sanyam. So, what is dharana? When the limitation of desha, space, is overcome. We are not affected by where we are, in what condition we are, in what Yesterday I went to someone's house. Yesterday, day before yesterday. And when I was about to leave, Swamiji, please come to the temple. Swamiji, I got my temple facing the south. What should I do? There's no other place in the house. After all question answer sessions, about 2 hours question answer session, what should I do? This is a rented house. Does it matter? Does it not matter? तो उसको समझाना पड़ा भाई. If you believe that it matters, then it matters. But if your attention is on the higher, then it doesn't matter. Because where he is not, he is everywhere. And scriptures don't say where the sun rises, that is the east. The Vedas say where you face, that is the east. Where you face. So you are also facing east, and if you think that in that statue the Lord is there, he is also facing east. So east facing east, दोनों cancel हो गए. अपना मस्त रहो. देखो, तो दोनों स्टैंड पॉइंट बताना है. So immediately he understood. I said, do what you want. If you want, really you feel that, nay, you want to feel the guilt that I am doing wrong, then make a hole in the wall, put something and hang the lords there, gods there. So Sanyama is with reference to Desha, Kala, Vastu. With Desha, Dharana. With Desha, Vastu is Dhyana, and Kala is Samadhi. अरे यार, आप क्या हो गया पता है अभी? I put some cream on my fingers and to make it soft, and I rubbed my eyes. So now it is troubling me. So dharana, dhyan, samadhi. And in this way we overcome the limitation of desha, vastu and kala. And in this way the या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. आपूर्यमाणम् अचलप्रतिष्ठम् समुद्रमाप प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. Even as the, together. Puryamanamachala samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sa shantimapnoti na kami. Even as the waters flow into the sea, which though ever being filled remains unaffected, so he in whom all desires enter attain peace, and not one who hankers after objects of desire. Just as, what is the purpose of a river? Desire to become one with the beloved, isn't it? She starts as a drop, eventually becomes a raging river and merges into the ocean. All the rivers. But for once she merges into the ocean, then does she have her identity? No. After that, there is only ocean, isn't it? So many rivers are merging into the ocean. Is the ocean breaking its parameters? It's continuing to be the ocean, isn't it? He is ever the same. So much water is being evaporated, so many rivers are coming in, ocean remains as ocean. Man of wisdom, steady man of wisdom, man of steady wisdom. The whole world is pouring into you through your senses. You like it or not, it's coming. Even in wise people, it is the same thing. But are we reacting? Are we disturbed? Are we irritated? Are we angry? Are we judgmental? Are we having likes and dislikes? Then we are ignorant. But if we are in poise, in spite of living in this world, yesterday in Mundaka Upanishad, this is what it was told. That when you are a person who is following the Vedas must follow the Varnashrama. And what you are following as Varnashrama, in the ashrama, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas, it is not that you have to give up Grahastha, that only after living the Grahastha life for 25 years, then I will take Vanaprastha. No. There it was told yesterday that if you remain in poise like this, in and through Grahastha life, in and then automatically Vanaprastha will be easy for you. You don't have to put any special efforts. So a Grahastha can also be an ignorant Grahastha, Vanaprastha can also be an ignorant Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi also can be an ignorant Vanaprasthi. Why? Building ashrams after ashrams, collecting devotees after devotees, chelas, wanting to change the world, live, even though he is very, very educated, a sannyasi, but if he is not subjective, he is equal to the ignorant. He's lost the plot. And a grahasth, like Akhandanand Maharaj, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, even while being grahastha, they are steady in their wisdom. Lahiri Mahashay. See? And that is what is told here. Jnaneshwari Maharaj says, Partha ani kahi pari to jano yehi lavadhari jaisi akshobhata sagari akhandita zarhi sarita bodha samasta paripurna ho nimilata tarhi adhikano he ishata maryada na sandi तरी ग्रीष्म काली सरिता शोषूनि जाति समस्ता परिन्यून नवे पार्था समुद्रु जैसा. He says, right? More is there?
Yeah, 5, 6.
One moment. Oh, okay. तैसा प्राप्ति रिद्धि सिद्धि तया शिक्षोभुना हि बुद्धि आणि न पवता न बाधी अधृति तया ते. Let's read till here. O Partha, there is another way by which such a person can be known. Just as the sea remains calm without interruption, and even when the river waters in spate join the sea in the rainy season, it does not swell even a bit and transgress its limits. See? Or when in the summer all rivers go dry, the sea, O Partha, is not diminished at all. So he is not elated after obtaining miraculous powers, nor does he become depressed when he does not achieve them. See? If you have read many biographies of great masters, they have gone through these experiences. They do certain sadhana, tapasya, focusing tratak exercises, and siddhi start coming. And then suddenly certain, if they are subjective, somewhere all siddhis go. Because sadhana stops. Now contemplation begins. When contemplation begins, the tapasya stops. Pranayam stops, focusing stops. Now only attentiveness towards the self is contemplation, isn't it? There is no focusing there. Because focusing means you are still in Prakriti. Mind is focusing on something. We are not focusing. Para means no focus. Para means transcending. No focusing and focusing, both of it you have transcended. You are attentive to that principle which you essentially are. For that, mind is not required. It's a very fine dissection. So, such a wise person, he is not disturbed whether the world is meeting him or world is absent for him. He continues to be the same. He continues to be undisturbed like the ocean. Continuing. सांगै सूर्याच्या घरी प्रकाशू कायवाती वेरी कानल विजे तरी अंधारी कोंडेल तो देखै वृद्धी सिद्धी तया परी आली गेली से न करी तो विगुंतला असे अंतरी महासुखी जो आपुलेनी नगरपणे इंद्रभुवना ते पाबळे म्हणे तो केवी रंजे पालिवणे भिल्लांचे नी तो अमृतासी ठेवी तो जैसा काजी न सेवी तैसा स्वसुखानुभवी न भोगी रिद्धी पार्था नवल हे पाही जेथ स्वर्ग सुख लेखनीय नाही तेथ रिद्धी सिद्धी काही प्राकृता होती. He says, tell me, does the sun's abode get lit up by the flame of a wick? And if the wick is not lighted, will he remain in darkness? In the same way, he is not conscious of the miraculous powers even when they come and go. His mind is so completely engrossed in the bliss of the self. How can one who spurns Indra's mansion, preferring his beautiful home, live in a tribal hut, just as one who finds fault with nectar does not eat gruel, so after attaining this knowledge of the self, one does not enjoy miraculous powers. Moreover, O Partha, when one does not care for celestial pleasures, will it surprise you if such a one considers miraculous powers as trifling? Arjuna's problem was, if I do all these things, I will be, if I become the killer of my guru, if I become the killer, kill my Bhishma Pitamaha, I'll go to hell. And his fear was going to hell. This was one of his arguments. And here Krishna is putting that to rest. He says, for such a person, heaven or hell has got no importance, because already he has told you what heaven and hell was. Or it was yesterday. It was yesterday, not in this class. It was in Mundaka Upanishad. Nakasya. कहाँ पे गया? नाकस्य, नाकम, नाकम. Akam is Swarga, na Akam is you fall down from the Swarga. It's not worth desiring. So such a person who is steady in his wisdom, who is abiding in his essential nature, who is undisturbed by what is coming and going, such a person, for him, the siddhis, the spiritual wealth, or the heaven, etc., the various, till Satyalok, all this has got no value at all. Because going to these lokas, what is the prerequisite? What is the prerequisite to go to the lokas? First, acceptance that you are not complete. Second, when I go there, I'll feel, then I have to collect merits to go there. I have to put efforts to go there. And after going there, only to come back. It's not yat gatva na nivartante. No, nivartante. Yat gatva nivartante. Na nivartante nahi. So, from heavens, there is, depending upon what merits you have done, what deeds you have done, you end up back into the earthly plane, or if your last thought was about something else, maybe even to the lower yonis. And here he is not worried about it. Remember the example of Jada Bharata. That Bharata, he had done so many years of sadhana, and at the time of death, he thought of the baby deer, what will happen to him, and next life he was born as a deer. But because he had done so many thousands of years of sadhana, he was born in an ashram, or he found himself in a ashram. And having been there listening to the chants, to the satsang, etc., and his memory also remained because he has done so much sadhana that soul remembered its previous lives. So very quickly, the moment it grew up, immediately he went on a conscious fasting and to give up that dear body. And gave up that body, and then was born as, that soul was born as a human being in the form of Jada Bharat. And that Jada Bharat was born realized. And then what is he doing? He's just doing whatever comes in his way, he is doing that. No agenda in life. Parents got frustrated, but he did not get frustrated. He did not feel guilty. See? And in this way, when the objects of the world are able to influence us, are able to disturb us, that is our weakness. A wise man, a man of steady wisdom, he remains undisturbed by the onslaught of the sense stimuli. And such a person alone, who remains undisturbed, indifferent to the sense stimuli, alone can attain shantim adhigacchati. He alone attains the destination of shanti, or he alone is blissful. And in this way, and where there is contentment, where there is peace, where there is no agitation, where there is no restlessness, where there is no ignorance, that itself is moksha. Moksha is not other than shanti. A quiet mind itself is realization. Quiet mind itself is realization. See? And in this way, so how do we move in this world then? We move with alertness and vigilance. Towards what? Not towards the world. If you want to use it, alertness and vigilance, that we do not succumb, we do not react to the world, but at the same time, alertness and vigilance to be ever in tune, in poise with the conscious principle. In this way, O Partha, when one does not care for celestial pleasures, it should not surprise you if such a one considers miraculous powers as trifling. The wise man of wisdom, he does not give value to The siddhis around Maharishi never gave value, but people used to get affected by his presence. You have met Darga Swami. I think Ravi has met Darga Swami. You met?
Yes, sir.
You met Darga Swami. Now, he looks very simple, very simple, lying there in the very old that time when we met last. But so many miracles happen around him just by his presence. See? But if we start giving value to those, to those out of the world experiences, and sometimes you can also see, you say something, it happens, you do something, it happens. You are going and you want to park. Oh, Bhagavan, please give me a park now. And immediately the park is available. And you say, Arey yaar, this is very, aaj to siddhi aa gayi. And don't react. Don't react. You ask with a pure mind, it will happen. It's not, it was just a natural response of your mind to find a car park. Why you want to give it a connotation of siddhi? You see, an expanded mind, a quiet mind, expanded mind is equal to quiet mind, is equal to focused mind, is equal to contented mind, is equal to a mind which is ever in poise. Anything is possible. In such a mind, anything is possible. Depending on the depth of silence, to that extent the miracles happen. And a man of wisdom is totally, deeply engrossed in the self. But he is not interested in what is happening in the outside. Continuing. Vihaya kamanya sarvan, Vihaya kamanya sarvan, Puman sharati nispruhaha, Puman sharati nispruhaha, Nirmamo nirahankaraha, Nirmamo nirahankaraha, Sashantim adhigacchati, Sashantim adhigacchati. He said, Vihaya kamanya sarvan, Pumascharati nispruhaha, Nirmamo nirahankaraha, Sashantim adhigacchati. He says, the man who forsakes all desires and goes about free from craving, possessiveness and pride attains to peace. In other words, the one who has given up gila kachra and sukha kachra, the one who has given up accumulation and attachment, relationships. That means you are living in relationships, but the load of relationship is not there. You are living in wealth, but the load of wealth, to secure the wealth, to accumulate the wealth, that load is not there in your head. Such a person attains to peace. आत्मबोधे तोषला जो परमानंदे पोखला तोची स्थिर प्रज्ञ भला ओळखतू तो अहंकारा ते दंडुनी सकळ कामु सांडोनी विचरे विश्व होऊनी विश्वा माझी. He who delights in the knowledge of the self and thrives on supreme bliss, know him to be truly steady in wisdom. He gets rid of egoistic feelings and all desires and roams in this world, becoming one with it. In other words, such a person is not focused on doership, and he is also not focused on karma phala. Then where is he? He is attentive to? He is attentive towards the conscious principle. And Atma Bodha, and he delights in that, he enjoys reveling in it, he broods over the self at every excuse, and thus remains steady in wisdom as Sthita Prajna. And when he, see, the rule is, when you are in the reality as the reality, then there cannot be any individuality. When you are in individuality, then you are not realized. When doership is there, then the self is far away, because you are not available to it. That Yanisha Sarva Bhutanam, the ignorant fellow is awake to the sensory perceptions. Yogi is not. But when you are awake to the conscious principle, then just like when you are awake to the sunlight, that very moment all darkness vanishes. So what is darkness here? Darkness is ignorance. Ignorance baby is desire. Desire's baby is karma. And the karma will lead to karma phala. All these, mother, daughter, grandchild, all of them vanish in toto. The moment you get established in the, recognize that you are I don't even say recognize, established, the moment you are steady in wisdom. And in this way, such a man of wisdom moves around in the world with no desires in him, and nirmamo nirahankaraha. So nirmamo, not holding on to anything as mine. So what is mine? Whatever you have accumulated is mine, and all the relationships are mine, isn't it? Both of them he has given up. And nirahankaraha, and no arrogance, no abhiman, no ahankar. And ahankar of what? Ahankar of achievement. And what achievement? Something I will achieve in the future. What is the ahankar? I put the money in the share market at the right time. I bought the land at the right time. I went to the ashram at the right time. I got married at the right time. But where is your attention? Because you get married at the right time, oh, so then I'll have children at the right time, then I'll be free at the right time. Only imagination, nobody is free. So that also is ahankar. That I took the right step at the right time is a ego trip. And the steady man of wisdom, then what does he do? He lets the life be lived through him. He may be planning, he does not plan also. At the right time, the right thoughts come and things happen. There's no agenda. For him, the whole world is nothing but the divinity itself. And that divinity is the self. He does not, two things he does not have. He does not have a desire to live, and he does not have a desire to die. You saw this before in one of the verses. Both. Such is a man of wisdom. अरे यार इतने सारे पेन्स बॉडी में हो रहे हैं, आई थिंक अपना टाइम आ गया अभी यहाँ जाने का. And desire to live? नहीं, I have to do good merits, next life, I don't know, I want to be in a good yoni. This is desire to live. Or in this world itself, you don't want to miss out. क्या बोले. You want to be involved in everything. And in this way, Vihaya kamanya sarvan pumansharati nispruha. Nispruha means that he does not have a desire to die or to live. Nirmama, we said, that he has, there's no mind, nothing is mine. That means yoga kshema. Whatever there are no desires to achieve anything more, and there's no desire to protect what he has. Both he has given up to him. That is nirmama. And nirahankara, that I have done yajnas, I have done yesterday's point. I have done yajnas, I have done havan, I have done so much human service to the society, and I am a self-made man, and in his own mind, I am wise. I can come. I'll tell you how to live life. Come, I'll guide you. Biggest fool. Run away from such people. Yesterday, these kids were asking me, Swamiji, you are telling, we are feeling very inspired, but where do we get this knowledge? That girl used to come to my classes. I said, you came to my classes, then why did you stop? You are getting the knowledge. If you had continued, by now all your fundas would be clear. Then why did you stop? No, but there are so many things on YouTube. I said, then ask the questions to YouTube. They will answer you the questions. And if you feel that you will get a correct answer from here, then you can ask. But I cannot guarantee that my answer is correct or not. I can only tell you what my teacher told me. I cannot say anything that I have anything new. Then you have to cultivate that Shraddha. And frankly, if you cultivate the Shraddha towards the Lord, the right teacher comes in your life. Then you may say, oh, so Swamiji is saying that he is the teacher who has come into their life. I said, no, I have come as a teacher to teach you that the teacher principle is available everywhere. I'm not saying hold on to me. True teacher is he who is able to free your mind to learn from everything and everyone, isn't it? But you have to cultivate that faith. I cannot make you cultivate that faith for you. My words may help, but in the end, how you process those words is your game, not mine. That for such a person, such a wise person, there is no sansar as he has discovered the identity with the Brahman. यही हो गया ना? We are on 72, right? एषा ब्राह्मी स्थिति पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थिति पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति. So he says in the 72nd verse, this, O Apartha, is the Brahmi sthiti, the Brahmic state. After achieving it, it is that language there. After achieving it, after gaining it, after discovering it, after being it, no one is deluded. Abiding therein at the time of death, he remains absorbed in Brahman. So death now here does not mean you have to physically die. Here Brahma, where is the life for you? Tell me. How do you experience life? Question. Where is life for you?
Both in waking and dream.
What about sleep? Sleep also is life. Samadhi is also life. So where is life? Where are these states?
In the mind.
So where is this life?
Mind.
Mind. Without mind there can be no life, isn't it? Without mind there can be no life. So here he is saying that after achieving it, nobody is. I was talking about death. So life is in the mind itself. So once you have discovered that death is not a destination at the end of your life, physical life, instead you discover death as a principle. You understand what I am saying? That every moment you are dying, every moment the cells are dying, every moment the breath is dying, every moment the thoughts are dying, every day the waking deep dream and deep sleep are dying. Every moment the Triputi is dying. And when you have discovered that you are other than the Triputi, that you are other than the waking dream and deep sleep, then you have conquered death. Then you don't have to wait for death. And such a person, and if at all we have been contemplating all our life, and with the last breath we leave the death happens with the last breath, and the last breath you are thinking of the self, then there is no rebirth for such a person. This is what is told for this in this 72nd verse. There is. हे ब्रह्म स्थिति निस्सीमा जे अनुभविता निष्काम ते पावले पर ब्रह्म अनायासे जे चिद्रूपी मिळता देहांतीची व्याकुळता आंड ठाको न सके चित्ता प्राज्ञाजया तेची हे स्थिती स्वमुखे श्रीपती सांगत अर्जुना प्रती संजयो म्हणे. So here he says, this, O Arjuna, is the limitless state of Brahman which selfless persons experience and attain to Brahman. When they realize the self, the agony of death does not stand in their way. Now, a common person, ignorant person is afraid of death because he is not prepared for death. Man of wisdom is ever prepared because he has understood death as a principle, not as an event in life. Think. So are you taking death as an event, or have you taken death as a principle? Immediately something will shift inside of you if you take it as a principle. When they realize the self, the agony of death does not stand in their way, because death has now become not one event, it is every moment. तो उसका पूरा ड्रामा ही खत्म हो गया डेथ का. That is how Nachiketa reached our Yamraj ji and had a chat with him. See, you can also. You have to just make yourself available. Sanjay said, in this way, Lord Krishna describe to Arjuna in his own words the Brahmi state. So, this Sthita Prajna Lakshana, which we have talked about from the last, from 56 or 60 verse onwards till 72, these are the man of steady wisdom, the characteristics of man of steady wisdom. And the various examples that were taken, some we'll recap it in our next class, not today. That Somewhere it was told the ladder of falls makes you lose the plot of life. Then it was told you have to give up your ahankar. Then it was told you have to control your senses. Then it was told niramama nirahankara. You have to give up your eye and mind. You have to give up your desires. You have to give up the karma phala. You have to give up. The person who is addicted to karma can never attain the Brahmi Sthiti. And all these various points were brought out, and continuing, Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagawad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyodhyayah. Together, Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyodhyayah. Here he says, ऐसे कृष्ण वाक्य ऐकिले तेथ अर्जुने मनी मणितले आता आमुचियाची काजा कीर आले उपपत्ती इया जे कर्मजात आघवे एथ निराकारिले देवे तरी पारुषले म्या झुंजावे म्हणवनिया ऐसा श्री अच्युतचिया बोला चित्ती धनुर्धरु उवाईला आता प्रश्न करील भला आशंकोनी तो प्रसंगू असे नागरू जो सकळ धर्मासी आगरू किं विवेकामृत सागरू प्रांतहीनू जो आपण सर्वज्ञनाथू निरूपिता होईल श्री अनंतू ज्ञानदेवो सांगेल मातू निवृत्तिदासू इति श्री ज्ञानदेव विरचितायां भावार्थ दीपिकायां द्वितीयोऽध्यायः. ट्यून चेंज हो गया. So he says, then Arjuna said to himself, this is not given in Bhagavad Gita, here it is Jnaneshwari Maharaj's own imagination, because he is lost in the whole episode is taking in front of his eyes. Then Arjuna said to himself, this reasoning suits me well. If the Lord negates all actions, his advice that I should fight cancels itself. Thus Arjuna became overjoyed to hear this speech of Lord Krishna. This occasion is sweet, being the abode of religion of the unlimited sea of ambrosial thoughts. Now I, Jnanadeva, disciple of Nivritti, shall recount what the omniscient Lord declared to Arjuna. That next chapter begins. So Arjuna, who was having doubts, he was suspecting, should he fight, should he not fight? I will go to hell, I will have to kill my elders, and I have to kill and there will be Varna Sankar, this, that, so many things he was thinking. And after having listened to this entire chapter 2, first the highest knowledge, the Atma Gyan was given from 10th verse, 11th verse of chapter 2 till 31st verse. And after that, some more topics were there, and then eventually the Sthita Prajna Lakshana. And after hearing all this, he says, I was worried about that I have to fight. No, I'm not fighting, it's all happening. Because Lord is doing it. Yeah. So the reasoning suits me well if the Lord negates all actions. If I merge into the Lord, if I surrender myself to the Lord, and he already said in chapter 2, what? Shreyasyat nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. that I am your disciple and I am surrendered at your feet. So here he is bringing that point out. As a disciple, he is listening to him intently, and as a devotee, he is coming to the conclusion that he has to, it's better, by surrendering at the feet of the Lord, who is everything and everyone, then where's the question? He will only, if I merge into him, then there is no karma, there is no doership. If there is no doership, there is no karma. Story over. Karma से तो बचना है. Because when you are in karma, then all these guilts come. Heaven comes, hell comes. So here he says that he negates all action, and therefore his advice that I should fight cancels itself. Then what does it mean that his advice that I should fight cancels itself? That means I am not the doer. Then I have to fight, I have to kill. This idea is gone out of my mind then. Because I am not the doer anymore. And coming to this conclusion in his mind, Jnaneshwar Maharaj is saying he became very elated, very happy, overjoyed to hear the speech of Lord Krishna. And this way, now I, Jnanadeva, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, every chapter he will say that, even in Amrit Anubhav he says that, now I, Jnanadeva, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, disciple of Nivrittinath. Again he is remembering it is by the grace of the Guru Maharaj. His elder brother is the Guru Nivritti. Nivritti represents withdrawal. And Pravritti, Nivritti. Pravritti is involvement, Nivritti is withdrawal. So, with the Guru as Nivritti, as withdrawal, as dispassion, as indifference to the whole creation, then only you become an apt instrument for the knowledge to be poured out. He has not studied scriptures. He was only 7-8 years old or 9 years old when he gave the talk on Bhagavad Gita as Bhavartha Deepika. So where did this knowledge come? It came from the Guru Maharaj. Where did he? How? Get there and find out. And who is this? And this occasion being the abode of religion or the unlimited sea of ambrosial thought. Every verse in Bhagavad Gita is complete in itself. Every word in Bhagavad Gita is complete in itself. If you contemplate on it correctly, then you will come to the required destination. And now Jnanadeva says, I shall recount what he told further to Arjuna, that will be told. What is the next chapter? Karma Yoga. That we will start in our next class. For today it is enough. Next class we will recap this chapter and then we will get into the third chapter. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a few moments. Hari Om.